Hi guys, so I was originally going to record this, but my camera's really poopy, so I think it's going to be better if I just do it this way. Media can influence you in so many ways. It can affect what you watch, what you read, what you wear, even what you listen to. Media has played a very important role in my life, a little more important than I'd like to admit, but here are just 5 of those instances. Number 1.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil!
I was totally in love with the Powerpuff Girls. They had ice creams and hand soap, toothpaste, comforters, anything, you name it. And I bought right into that marketing trap. I mean, you can't really expect more from a 4-year-old, but every single time I went to the market, you better believe I was begging my parents, almost screaming on the floor, begging for the latest Powerpuff Girls cereal. Number 2 would be a movie directed by Steven Spielberg called Artificial Intelligence. It's about a young android named David who is adopted by a family of 2, whose son is in the hospital and actually in a coma. He looks real, he feels real, he talks, but the mother is having a really hard time coping with this new child in their home, so she tries to get rid of him. In the process of that, he gets picked up by this thing called a flesh bear. And what a flesh bear is a bunch of angry humans who are just really just upset with these robots and destroy them for a living, just kill them because they're so upset. He eventually escapes and spends his entire life looking for the Blue Fairy. I think this movie definitely showed me what I want to be when I grow up, and that was to be a scientist. Countless science projects were completely devoted to artificial intelligence, and I was around 6 or 7 years old when this movie came out. It just struck me so hard that as soon as I saw it, I knew that I wanted to be a scientist. And even though I'm looking currently at a different branch of science, a completely different branch of science, but it still swayed me so much. And I'm not sure if everyone has this epiphany where they see something on TV and they're like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to do when I'm older. But it was the light bulb in my life where my parents actually thought I was a little bit crazy for a while. Everything turned out fine though, but I can see their concern because at the time I really didn't know if I was going to be a mad scientist or not.
It's alive!
Number 3 would be about a show called Invader Zim, and this is where I went full out nerd and there continued my love for sci-fi. The show is about an Arkan invader named Zim who is sent to a false planet by the Tallest, and that false planet ended up being Earth. And while he goes to Earth, he meets Dib, who is constantly trying to stop him in Zim's evil plans.
Okay, Gur, our mission begins now. Let us rain some doom down upon the filthy heads of our doomed enemies. I gotta sing the doom song now. Doom, 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 doom.
This was another huge obsession of mine. I was in 4th grade at the time when I first started watching it. Every day after school, I would plop myself on the couch and just sit there watching Invader Zim. It started getting really popular once I entered high school, and everyone started wearing the t-shirts, and whenever I'd wear mine, I would have kids shouting at me, "Do you like waffles?" And it got really annoying, so I stopped wearing it. And I think this is a great example of how media can just put a bomb on your fandom. Muse was the very first band I was really obsessed with. I was around 12 at the time, and I thought their music was just freaking awesome. I bought some t-shirts, some band merch, and all of their B-sides. I think I had every single song of theirs on my iPod. Matthew Bellamy incorporated classical music with a lot of rock aspects, which made them really unique and really shaped the music that I listen to now.
Another scene, another.
And in a weird way, everything seemed to be intertwined because I found out about Muse on an Invader Zim message board on Nick.com because I was super lame and went on Nick.com message boards to talk about fictional characters. I think Marvel is my latest and greatest obsession, be it the Hulk, or Wolverine, or Iron Man.
It's an honor to meet the Wolverine.
My first Marvel was Spider-Man, but that was my dad's favorite, so I didn't really get into it then. I think when I first started getting into it, it was the Avengers. And after that movie, I think I went a little bit cuckoo and started watching the cartoons and reading the comic books, and then slowly moved on to insanity around the X-Men. So there's that. And you think that I might be crazy, and I am a little bit crazy, but if you just immerse yourself in social media with people who love the same thing you do and are in the same fandom, it's like a feeling explosion. I honestly think social media can take you to a level of fangirling that you really didn't know was possible. So you can be like level 1 fangirl, it will take you to level 10 fangirl in a matter of 2 GIF sets. So in conclusion, media can affect us in many ways. Either giving us inspiration for something,
Light bulb.
or making us buy stuff we really don't need.
That's all, folks.